Okay, so welcome to the live streaming sessions. Hope you guys are doing well and have fun on weekend. Okay, but again, as usual, we are back on the live streaming sessions for this week, and I'm expecting big events coming soon with this kind of movement where we are actually seeing that there's a lot of things could happen for this week, and from that itself should be giving us something to work out on the market. All right. And from what I have been getting on the market around the last few days, it seems that market has actually been showing us a few good signs of the market where we initially see that prices has actually been showing us a little bit of a good sign where prices has been able to move much better. But overall, I would say for this week, it seems that it's yet to be determined, guys. Okay. But as usual, we'll be adapting to the situation. Sorry, guys. And okay, so wait for a moment, guys. Okay. And from what we have been able to see over the past few weeks, we need to be adaptable towards the market because market conditions could be different every single time, and we need to be adjusting to them rather than them adjusting to us. Has always been a pretty simple and a clear rule in the market. So hope you guys are doing well. Okay, so today is the start of the week. We'll try to see whether there will be any interesting market opportunities, which we haven't been able to see much so far. But again, before that, let me introduce myself. If you guys are new here, you guys haven't known me yet. Let me introduce myself. I'm Steven. Nice to meet you all guys here. And first of all, I'm a swing trader, trend follower, depending on the situation and whether the trading assets really allow me to be a trend follower. But overall, we'll try to see what's been happening throughout the day across important major commodities asset and analyze it with you guys together and really give you guys a little bit of ideas or strategies to face how you guys could deal with this kind of market situation and whether there will be any good opportunities coming up from the analysis itself. Because I believe by analyzing the market together, we'll be getting a little bit of an idea. Then we'll give you guys a little bit of an idea and tips on how you guys could face the market. But again, certainly I'll be repeating most of the time if there's no big changes happening on the market. And definitely it's very much important for us to have patience on the market because that's how currently the market is going. Prices are moving slowly, ranging slowly. And definitely we need to be patient. But hopefully we are able to manage to find out some important market opportunities that we can do for tonight, and hopefully we can make good profits. As usual, we know that sometimes Monday it could be a little bit slow, but sometimes it could be giving us a little bit of surprises. So we need to be able to see what's going on and try to assess situations individually and objectively and see whether there are actually good money making opportunities tonight that sits on the market. Okay. So let us get started tonight, coming out from the gold market first, guys. So first, we have been seeing that the gold market has actually been moving pretty well since the start of the day. As you guys could see, that it started with a very green candlestick going up really quick, and that really marks the start of the trend for today. So as you can see, prices has been ultimately bullish until it stops to be bullish, guys. That's always been the case. And somehow we started to see that prices has been slowing down, has been showing us a ranging market movement again, right between 3,340 to a 3,350 area. But ultimately, I would say the ranging area got even shorter and shorter throughout the London sessions, where we have been seeing that prices has been ranging quite tightly between 3,344 to a 3,350. So it's getting tighter and tighter, but I believe with this kind of market conditions, we are getting something out of the market as of now. So first, we are probably going to be able to see that there will be some opportunities on the market where there could be a ranging market movement again for tonight. Especially, we do know there's a lot of things happening on the geopolitical side, coming up from Russia, coming up from Ukraine, and a lot of things could happen. So we will love to assess situation as it goes. But ultimately, with this kind of market conditions, I'm expecting there will be big volatilities on the market because if you guys are watching through the news site, just to be updating you guys for this week, what will be existing on the market. So first, we'll be getting not much for news as usual on the Mondays, just a little bit of a normal market situation news. And second, we'll be seeing that the Canadian CPI will be out on Tuesday. Hopefully, it will be a big news. And VOC core CPI as well. So we'll be able to see there will be some important moves coming out from the Canadian dollar for this week. And after that, we will be watching towards the Japanese export imports for Wednesday, and also the China's central bank interest rate decisions expected to be holding tight. And RBNZ will be deciding their interest rates for Wednesday as well, together alongside with the Chinese central bank. And afterwards, we'll be having UK services CPI, core CPI, and Eurozone CPI. So definitely there's a lot of news coming out on Wednesday. And also, we'll be having FOMC meeting minutes coming out right after the numbers are out on the FOMC meeting minutes. We'll be seeing that flash PMI across Euro, UK, and Jackson Hole Symposium, where this could be a key event for every year because every time after the Jackson Hole Symposium itself, we could be actually getting a little bit of a sign what kind of monetary cycle that we'll be going through coming out from the Fed, and a lot of central bank speakers will be gathering there, including from the BOE, the BOC, Bank of Canada, certainly, and a lot of major central banks decision policy makers will be gathering there, giving out their views on the market, and that certainly could give us a little bit of a sentiment that we will be expecting becoming more volatile on the market because there will be a lot of central bank speakers speaking throughout the events. And it's not just happening for a day, but alongside we'll be having the US initial jobless claims as usual on Thursday, and also flash PMI data on the services and manufacturing side, existing home sales, but also I would say that Jackson Hole Symposium will be conducted for straight to 3 days until 23 of August, which will be around Saturday at my time zone. So I would say certainly this will be a big event from the market, and I'll be expecting more moves to coming up from there, guys. But certainly this week itself, it's not lacking of any important news. It's a lot, so I'll be expecting more volatility from the currency side as well. It's also from the stock indices side. Maybe it's coming out from the Japan, Euro, as well as the US market session. And it will be definitely impacting the aforementioned currencies such as the Canadian dollar, US dollar, and Japanese yen, as well as the euro currency with those kind of moves. Okay. But again, I think that we'll not be having any major news for today. I'll be expecting any breaking events or breaking news coming on the market will just likely to impact the market. But before that, I'm not expecting to see much. So we'll see how that will be going on. But again, with this kind of market conditions, what can we do? So first, it's still ranging. It has been quite passive. I would love to watch out and see what's going on the gold market first and see what will be happening from here on. So shorter time frame is needed because there's not much of a change. So as you could see that the tendency for weaknesses has actually started to appear, even though there's not much of a breakdown, so to say, but I will be expecting more market reactions to come at later hours as usual. So that's why I always suggest for you guys to be patient because if you guys could be patient, you guys could save your money with the unnecessary trades and you guys could try to move on and try to watch out other markets as well. Together, we will be doing that as well. So stay tuned and if you guys are enjoying your time here, getting updated what's going on for this week, welcome to give us your support by giving us a thumbs up and likes. And certainly, I hope that you guys could get some important information here because I believe with this kind of market conditions, if you guys have been trading on gold over the past 1 to 2 or 3 hours ago, I'm sure that you guys are having a hard time with this kind of market conditions, especially on the past 1 hour prices has been ranging ultimately. So what we will be doing in this kind of market scenarios. So first, if we are watching through right now, it's already a very short time frame, 5 minute charts. We could actually see something is going on where prices have started to show some sense of weaknesses throughout the sideways market, where we are seeing a topping phase building on the market, and that could be potentially giving us a good chances that prices will actually start to move down lower. But again, we'll be getting more confirmation as prices do broke below the last 1 hour's low at 3347, which I believe has been quite a hard market for that market to break. And but once market break down lower, I'll be expecting that the move will be much more significant in that kind of sense, as prices hasn't been moving too much. So if prices could broke down that low as we are speaking right now, prices is already broken down, there's a good chances we could make a short trade on the market, guys. Because with this kind of conditions, the tendency is likely to be weakening, as we have already been seeing prices has been building up from through to peaks, and we are seeing the chances for prices to continue go down is much higher with this kind of market conditions. And with this, certainly there will be some expectations that the gold market movement will try to retest the support, as you guys could see that the market movement has been ranging a lot. So usually I'll be waiting for confirmations on the next candlestick. So if there's any updates that prices continues to go down lower, I will be letting you guys know. But so far, we have been able to see that prices has been able to rebound back easily and just slightly drop below the support area. So the only way that we can avoid to get false breakdown, false breakout is to be patient, guys, because if you're not patient enough, we'll be likely to enter the market quite fast. But at the same time, we are risking unnecessary trades on the market as well. Because on the other hand, we know that the market movement hasn't been a lot. Risking something that is unnecessary is certainly not a good thing to do with this kind of market conditions. So I'll be waiting for the next candlestick, try to see how that works. But again, ultimately, if prices broke down lower, the positions for us to actually do is to do a sell market positions with this kind of conditions, because most of the time we have been seeing the signs that prices has been able to break the last 1 hour's low is certainly a very, very much positive sign that we have been waiting for. But at the same time, we know with this kind of market tendency of moving on a sideways has always give up the chance for prices to rebound despite the negative selling pressure that we are seeing on the lower side. The volume is really huge. But again, sometimes it just didn't happen yet for now. So that's why I still prefer to wait out and try to see whether the market actually gives us the potential to do a buy positions in the market where prices has actually been slowly consolidating on the lower side of the market. So we'll see. Okay. And definitely with this kind of gold market conditions, I'm also expecting quite a similar view also on the silver market as well. and later on we'll be discussing what's going on those assets as well. So if you guys do have any requests, what kind of markets that you guys wanted to look out at, you guys are certainly welcome to let me know by chatting me or comment me on my give out your comments. So I do know that you guys do have any questions in the market, and we can actually give you guys some of the time to request what markets that you guys wanted to analyze together, so that you guys could get a little bit of an idea on how my analysis works. And certainly, you guys have been also seeing it live, where we are watching through the trends, try to see what is happening on the most recent price action and what could be the possibility for you guys on how you guys could face the market. But again, I think I've been discussing mostly on the bearish side of the news. But what happens when we actually discuss what's going on the positive or the bullish sides of the market? So let's give us a little bit of discussions for tonight based on that. And if we started to see that prices are able to break out of the last 1 hour's high, right around 3,351, we should be expecting to be bullish on the market. But again, trading ranges has been very tight. There's a possibility that prices will be ranging and ranging again. So that's why I will always wait for another confirmations if prices do eventually break out higher. But again, with most of the tendency moving has been much going lower and lower, I'm expecting to see more chances on the downside rather than the upside, guys. But just in case if things do happen to go on the higher side, there you go. Try to pay attention on what kind of possibility on how you guys could do your market trades on that side of the market. Okay, hope that helps you. But again, I think there will be some good opportunities happening soon with this kind of market conditions, as prices right now is trying to test the lows. I'm expecting to see more reactive and more positive market reactions to go on the downside with this kind of movement, guys. All right. So I'm expecting to see major moves to come, and definitely you guys don't want to miss that out. Okay, so prices has actually shown us the continuity of that breakdown, and we are seeing the good chances for prices to continue to go down lower. So we are executing sell positions on the market, guys. All right, sell positions, sell positions, sell positions as prices continue to stay below the support area that we have been watching so far. And prices are getting the confirmations right at this candlestick. So you guys have been able to get a very clear look out of the market as we are joining and giving you guys our analysis for you guys on the market. So definitely, I'm expecting to see that prices will be testing today's low at 3344, and we'll try to see whether there will be much more opportunities to come on the market on other side of the trading ideas, guys. But again, with this kind of market conditions, I am expecting to see more market reactions to come. So we'll see how that goes. Because ultimately, I believe in this kind of bearish market conditions, we should be able to see a similar view happening also on the silver market, guys. So we'll try to check that out and whether prices are showing the same kind of market movements that we are expecting to happen tonight. Okay, so let us see what is going on the silver market for tonight. So ultimately, I believe that most of the market conditions could be moving pretty similar, but sometimes you never know what kind of conditions could happen. So first, if we are watching throughout the silver market, ultimately, I believe that since the start of the day, prices has actually been holding up pretty well. Prices have been trying to sustain its movement to go higher, but ultimately has failed and has been moving slowly and ranging on the overall market conditions, very much similar with gold. But I think the major differences that we can actually notice that prices on silver hasn't been dropping as much as gold. I think that is the primary key thing that we can actually notice it out very clearly. And second, we have actually been seeing that rather than trying to test the support for the silver market has actually been trying to break out of today's high, even though it has been failing. But again, it has been showing us a little bit of a difference compared to the gold, where silver market has actually tried to break out higher, but we are getting a totally different scenario on the on the gold market, where gold market right now is trying to go down lower and lower and hasn't been able to even get the chance to try to test the support resistance area over the past few hours. So I think that's the major difference from gold and silver. But again, ultimately, with what we have been seeing so far on the silver market, we could actually get a pretty similar view that prices ultimately has been ranging and hasn't been able to show a lot of good potential. Although we can say for sure in terms of the price action, we have been seeing that prices has been able to go up higher with much of convincing bullish volumes. But again, silver market has actually started to show the declines over the past 30 minutes. And I believe in this kind of market conditions, we should be able to see that the silver market tonight will be also facing a similar problem with gold. They will be trying to test the support over the past few hours, and whether prices could eventually start to drop down below that support will be a very key thing for the silver market to continue to test today's low, maybe at around $38. But I believe ultimately today's low is pretty far away, $37.80. So I'll be seeing that how prices will be reacting, trying to test the lows of the past few hours at $38 first. Okay. But again, with how positive the signs have been on the gold market, on the silver market, I'm expecting it will be a little bit difficult to see that kind of possibility happening for tonight. But instead, we'll be seeing that prices has ultimately the chances to try to break out higher than $38.17 if prices continue to stay in this kind of direction. So there will be a clear signs of sideways trading for tonight for both gold and silver. If silver prices are able to break out higher, which I think it's going to be a tough job, there is chances for prices to break higher than $38.18, and we should be able to see prices to continue to go higher. But if prices starts to break down below today's support, I mean the last few hours support, there's chances that prices will be testing the support of the bigger ranging area at $38 itself. So we'll be seeing how things will be going. So far, prices are still hasn't been giving us any confirmation of the market, whether it's on gold, whether it's on silver. I think it's going to be a long night. But ultimately, I believe gold market has actually shown us the sign that prices are declining, getting us the confirmations. But again, it's been rebounding again. So we'll try to watch out closely whether prices could continue to go down weaker or not. But ultimately, I would say that if you guys are asking me for tonight, where lies the biggest bearish compared between gold and silver, it's likely to come out from gold because the price movement has been showing us the tendency of decline. There's signs of a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, even though it's not much of a difference, not much of a change. But certainly, we are seeing one happening bearishness more on the gold market itself. Okay, so if you guys are enjoying your time here watching our live streaming sessions, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and likes. And again, if you guys are curious what kind of trades that I'll be doing with you guys on the market, you guys are certainly welcome to check out the link on my profile. Click the link and chat me and ask access for my premium trades where you guys could be getting hundreds of dollars in every single trade by executing those trades. And you guys don't even need to think about where you guys putting your stop losses, your entry price, your target price. It's all covered in there. So welcome for you guys to check out the link, and it's all for complimentary, so you guys could get access on it easily. Okay. And let us see how the gold market will be moving over the next few hours, whether prices could continue to range or whether prices could start to rebound and giving us a sign that there will be a changing sign. But so far, we are not getting much yet. Prices are still ranging most of the time, and we need to see what's going on. Okay, so let me have a break first. And definitely, if you guys are enjoying your time here, getting a little bit of insights how you guys could trade on this kind of market conditions, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and likes. And certainly, if you guys haven't followed us yet, definitely you guys don't want to miss out on the next live streaming sessions as well. And every day I'll be giving you guys ideas and tactics on how you guys could face today's market as usual every single day. So I'll be sharing it on real time, so if you guys don't want to miss out on anything, don't forget to follow and subscribe so that you guys don't miss out on anything. Okay. Okay. Wait a moment, guys. Okay. Oops, sorry guys. So what I've been saying is we have been seeing that the gold prices has actually been showing us more signs in the market. And based on that alone, we are actually seeing good possibility that the gold market will continue to go down lower because based on the overall risk and reward, it's much more comfortable and much more risk averse for us to trade on the gold compared to silver, where it hasn't been able to show us any signs of decline. But again, it has been holding up pretty well across the last few hours and trying to break higher. But I think the scenario is a little bit different on the gold market itself, where prices have actually tried to stay down lower and lower, and that could really give us a much better chance of a possibility of a decline, even though right now prices has been able to rebound again, so certainly that won't be a positive sign, and there could always be a possibility of a false breakdown happening on the market. So we'll see what will be going on, but again, we'll be ready for whatever it happens, because ultimately I think it's very much important for you guys to always have your stop losses on the market. So ultimately, I would say stop losses will be right at the upper side of this market, and we'll try to see how things will be going on, whether prices will continue to go down lower or not, because certainly the uptick of the positive volumes on here is certainly not a good sign for us to actually see prices continue to go down lower. But again, as prices are still remain weakened throughout the night, I think that could really show us a little bit of a change on the market, guys. Okay. So, as we've already been discussing about the gold market themselves and silver, I think ultimately it's also very much important for us to actually discuss what's going on the silver market, where silver market hasn't been able to show us a lot of change, and through the silver market and gold, we are actually getting a little bit of a similar comparison where there are US dollar index moving the indices, I mean moving the commodities, and that could actually give us a little bit of an idea for us to check, as there's not much of a news happening for Monday as usual. Maybe the movement on the US dollar index could give us a little bit of an idea of what's going on. Okay, so as we refresh this market to actually get a much clearer view, so there's not much of a change as of now. The US dollar index has actually been showing us a little bit of a sign that it has been weakening throughout the morning side and rebounding a little bit before prices are still remain weakened throughout the day. But again, ultimately, I believe that today's currency market has been showing us a little bit of a mixed signs where most of the currency that has been going stronger has started to range. The weaker currency started to weaken and also has been ranging. And there's also a similar sign from what we are able to see coming up from the US dollar itself. So with this kind of market movement, it seems that the US dollar index hasn't really been impacting much of the market movement for tonight. And we'll try to focus on the gold market itself for its price action. But again, ultimately, I believe that with this kind of market conditions, we should be able to see what's going on in the US dollar index, especially there will be a lot of things that will be happening for this week. Jackson Hole Symposium, GDP flash, as I mean the private sector economy PMI flash data, as well as the euro side, Japan's inflation. So then there will be a lot of things happening. So might as well try to check out what's happening on the US dollar index, since we are not really seeing much of a change yet happening on the gold market, and silver market started to show some positive sign. We'll be watching closely and try to see whether prices has a chance to try to retest the lows again. But again, we are still seeing that prices are still showing a little bit of potential for prices to continue to go down lower or not. Still remains on the watch list. But as prices continue to drop down, if you guys are ready and execute your trades on your phone, you guys are definitely trying to watch closely whether the silver market could continue to drop on the market, guys. All right. So let us discuss a little bit what's happening on the US dollar index. So as far as we are concerned, the US dollar index has actually hasn't been changing a lot, where we have been seeing that ultimately prices has been ranging a lot since last Wednesday, where prices has been consolidating between $97.40 to its $98.15. And that certainly gives us a little bit of an idea where the gold could be heading next, because with this kind of ranging market movement, the correlation between gold and dollar wouldn't be that much, as prices has just been ranging ultimately, and that could really give us a little bit of a ranging market movement also on the gold market, where we have actually been seeing that happening a few times throughout the market. And with this kind of market conditions, one of the expectations that we will be able to try to see what's going on is what are the potential that could be happening on this market. So when we are seeing that this kind of market movement happen yet, we are able to see that the US dollar index has been ranging most of the times and could be ultimately giving us the chances for prices to rebound right at the lows. And overall, we have been seeing that the US dollar index has been weakening over the past 1 hour, but at the same time, we haven't been able to see much of a move. So that's why I'm not saying the correlation is really working for today. But ultimately, from what we are seeing on the long term, prices are still showing the signs of decline, prices are still showing the signs of downtrend, and that could certainly give a big push for the US dollar index to continue dropping on the market because with this kind of market conditions, there's a lot of chances for prices to continue retesting the lows and the supports. And with this kind of movement, I'm expecting to see that the tendency for prices to go down weaker on the long run on the US dollar still remains, where the ultimate trend is still lies on the downtrend movement. So I'm not expecting much of a change. Whether prices could be consolidating is a really high chance, as we have been seeing. Prices have been ranging between June until now. It has all been almost 2 months, and I'm expecting to see much more market movement, maybe heading towards the positive directions in the market. So we'll see how that goes. But again, as I've already been telling you guys, the market movement that we are getting, it's pretty clear, it's pretty simple. We are seeing the chance that the long-term market movement will still persist and the likelihood for prices to drop is much higher than going down, than going up higher, guys. Okay. So hope that gives you guys a little bit of idea what's going to happen in the long run. But again, for tonight, I'm not expecting too much of volatile moves, and maybe we'll be seeing that prices will be ranging between $97.70 towards $97.90, guys. So we'll watch out and try to see what kind of changes could be happening on this US dollar index later on. But again, as what we've already been discussing, gold hasn't been able to drop as much as expected, and I believe same thing is also happening on the silver market, where prices has ultimately range again. So we'll see how that goes and whether the prices has a chance to continue to go down lower still remains on the open market possibilities with this kind of market conditions. We'll try to check out how it goes as prices are still ranging for today. All right. Same thing also for gold. So that's why we are waiting to see what kind of possible good market conditions could happen in the market, guys. All right. Okay, so as far as we are able to see, yes, prices has been rebounding, has been ranging, but over the course of the live streaming sessions, we are able to see that prices has been testing the resistance with the bearishness of the candlestick, and that is certainly a good sign. But again, with a very short-term period of time, a lot of big changes could happen in just one instances. But again, I believe that is a very positive sign as prices hasn't been able to break out higher than 3348.49, and that could be giving us the chances for us to actually see the continuity of the weaknesses that we have been able to watch since the early part of live streaming sessions, guys. And again, I believe with this kind of market condition, it's still going to be a long night. And definitely, I will tell you guys one thing. Be patient, guys, because without patience, you guys couldn't really be holding your trades for much longer period of times. And with this kind of condition, certainly patience will be helping us to go through the market, especially if you guys have been already putting a short positions. But if you guys haven't been doing, it's still the same thing, guys. You also need to be patient because overall, with this kind of market conditions, you guys couldn't get out with a clear market movement that we are able to get. Prices are still ranging. So I would say that more market movements could come soon, but always we need to wait out, be patient, and hope for the best to see what kind of possibilities could come up for today, guys. But from what we have been able to see so far, the signs are pretty encouraging. Positive signs are happening. We'll try to see how the changes goes. And from what we are able to analyze happening so far, on the risky asset side, prices are still under decline for Bitcoin, for Ethereum itself. So I'm expecting there's a big corrections happening for tonight. So certainly it's a little bit unexpected, but it's also happening across the stock indices as well. So definitely huge things are happening for tonight, and I'll be expecting more moves to come for tonight, as there will be more talks on the geopolitical side about the war again. So I'll be trying to see what's going on, and maybe there will be implications happening on the gold market as talks are going on about the possibility of a peace deal, guys. Okay. Okay, so prices are still ranging, but hasn't been moving a lot. We'll see how the changes will be going, and we should be able to see some quick market movements happening here and there. So again, patience are definitely required. Maybe we should be able to get something coming out soon on the market, guys. Okay, so the signs are pretty convincing. There are good signs that prices will try to go higher. But again, ultimately, it has been quite slow. We'll see how that goes. Still going to take time to see whether prices will continue to go down lower or not. With this kind of market conditions, prices are still a little bit slow. And we're expecting to see much more market movement to come if prices are able to drop down lower on the market, guys. And if we are watching through the silver, prices are ultimately trying to go down weaker, but again, without a lot of success, prices are still ranging. And I believe with this kind of market conditions, it could be a good time to actually for us to see what's happening on the other market side and see what's going on and what kind of possibilities could happen on that market side together with us, guys. All right. So we'll see how that changes goes. And ultimately, prices are still slowing down, hasn't been able to offer us too much of a move. We'll see what are happening in other markets. So let us try to see what's happening first on the stock indices side, whether there will be, I mean, the currency market side, whether there will be some good opportunities. But again, so far as we are concerned, that prices hasn't been able to offer us too much of a move as what we have already been discussing earlier on. But again, we are always keeping an open mind, try to check out the individual charts. So from what we are able to see that the Japanese yen has been weakening a lot and euro has started to get a little bit of a strength even though it's not much. Certainly worth a look on it. But again, I would say NZD, CAD, maybe against the Japanese yen could be offering us something. So let us try to see CAD Japanese yen for tonight. So far from what we are able to see, it turns out to be right, where we are seeing some good chances. But again, the move has been rather subdued. So if you guys are trying to enter the trades with a very ultimate low risk, this is certainly the market movement that you guys are able to watch. But again, I believe in this kind of market movement, the potential for upside will be rather limited, and it's all takes and down to what kind of great market opportunities can be coming out of the market. Because with this kind of move, I'm expecting that the market will still be a bit slow. So the only way that we are expecting to get more market movements to come is likely to come out from the possible further weaknesses on the Japanese yen or either the Canadian dollar started to rise. But again, certainly this is still considered as one of the good opportunities in the market because the chances for prices to continue to go higher still remains. So I will always still suggest that you guys could try to take a look on the CAD Japanese yen right now, alongside with the NZD Japanese yen. I believe has been also showing the same kind of potential, especially over the past 30 minutes has been showing us going on higher range. That certainly is a good thing on the market. Possibly we could be able to see some kind of a breakout happening, even though it's still too early to say, but there's always some chances for that to happen. Again, we'll try to see out how it will be going on, whether prices will continue to go higher or not. But ultimately, I believe with this kind of market conditions, prices will be rather subdued. And with more of the momentum is happening on the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, I'll suggest for you guys to try to watch out clearly on the CAD Japanese yen here. Because otherwise, it would be rather risky for you guys to try to enter the trades with that kind of market conditions too. But other than that, I would say it has already broken out, so maybe your chances could be coming out right here. And also the Euro Japanese yen, let's take a look whether there will be any good chances. But again, unfortunately, I would say the trend has been weakening and started to have a small rebound. So if you guys are happy to trade the sideways, this is certainly the market movement that you guys could be expecting, trying to retest the resistance at 172.4, guys. Okay, but I would say not much of a move. USD CAD could be probably up for considerations for the shorts as the US dollar index keeps on weakening. But again, ultimately, there's a lot of support area existed. So I think for now, the best playing CAD Japanese yen be up for grabs or try not to trade too much, guys, if the condition still remains in that kind of move. So CAD Japanese yen would be the best choice as far as we have been able to see, guys. All right. So there you go. At the very least, we get something out of the currency market, even though it's not much, but certainly it's something that is worth to look out on. So we're watching closely, and if prices continue to rebound back into the ranging area, we'll try to see what's going on in the oil market and see whether there are any good opportunities that we could sniff out of the market for tonight, guys. Okay, because there hasn't been a lot. We'll try to see out how this will play out for us tonight. Okay, so it seems that prices is dropping in a very good style. But again, there's always potential for rebound. We'll be watching closely how the changes goes. And if ultimately prices continue to go down weaker, these are the signs that we have been waiting for. Okay, but again, prices rebounded very much easily on the market. So that's why we are always be ready for any changes. But I think it's still way too early to say that prices are showing the signs of a possible drop down happening. It's still far away with this kind of market conditions, guys. Okay. But again, we'll try to see what kind of move could happen. Ultimately, I believe I'm still very much hopeful to see there will be a change of a trend, even though it hasn't happened yet so far. We'll try to see what's happening on the oil market right now with you guys. Okay. So what happened since the start of the day? I think it's been very bullish for oil as prices has been able to break out and continue to go higher, even though I would say that the trend isn't really good. But I believe this is a good thing for us to see as prices are showing us the sign of a possibility that prices is going up higher and higher for today. And there's a possibility that prices continue to go higher. But at the same time, we do know that prices has been ultimately going lower and lower. That hasn't changed at all. We are seeing the downtrend is still in sight. And if prices could continue to go higher, that could really change the overall view. But we haven't been able to see those changes yet as of now. So again, ultimately, we'll try to see whether prices will broke out, especially as prices has been ranging a lot. There's a possibility that prices could be giving us a false breakout and then trading inside the range, which we have been able to see so far happening on the gold market, where prices are still coming back into the ranging area. Same thing as for silver, and I'm afraid that will be the same thing also happening on the oil market. But overall, the science is pretty convincing. We are saying that the gold, black gold, has been able to go higher, but ultimately, I believe it's going to take time for us before to see what kind of changes could impact the market for now, especially there's a lot of talks going on around the biggest oil producer, and we'll see how that will be changing on the market soon, whether we'll be able to get a little bit of a reactions coming out from the market or not. But again, if you guys are trying to buy, I would suggest for you guys to try to buy near the lows at $63 itself, as it will be considered as a very positive and a very low risk setup rather than trying to buy near the resistance, which could be a very much dangerous thing to do. Okay, we'll see how that will be going on the market. But for now, not much of a change. So to say, most of the market is still moving on a range. Same thing for silver and all market. We'll see what kind of conditions could change if prices are able to show the kind of changes that we are waiting for. But again, so far, we haven't been able to get much. Stock indices still remains under a lot of pressure. Cryptocurrency is expected to deliver the same kind of reactions as well. So there's a lot of negative pressure right now appearing across the cryptocurrency as well as other risky assets such as the stock indices themselves. But again, if you guys want to know what I'll be discussing on my VIP Live sessions about what are the conditions happening on the summit, And what's the most recent updates coming out from the US retail sales? University of Michigan sentiment. Definitely, you guys are happy to join me on my VIP live sessions if you guys wanted to get more information about how it goes. And definitely also the possibility of the US, EU, and Ukraine call on today. Okay, so if you guys wanted to get more updates on the economic events, definitely you guys are happily join me on my VIP live sessions where I'll be talking about price action as well as what are the possibilities happening on the economic side, fundamental side of the market that could really give a long-lasting impact on your trades. Certainly, any breaking news could really change the overall dynamic, especially if it is a major breakthrough on the overall market sector of the economy. Certainly, it will give a lasting changes for the rest of the year. So, if you guys wanted to get more updates on the economic side, welcome for you guys to join me on my VIP live sessions, and you guys could get the access on my VIP live session through the link on my profile or my video descriptions, and you guys could click on it, and you guys are welcome to join me on those sessions. Okay, but so far we haven't been able to see much on the gold market. Unfortunately, that has been the case, guys, and we are waiting for more to come, but not yet. Nothing much has happened yet, guys. Okay. So we'll be waiting out and see what kind of conditions will be changing soon. But I'm afraid that not much of a change could happen as prices just keeps on ranging for both assets, guys. And again, I think with the bigger changes, maybe it will be happening on the currency side for tonight. As we have already been talking, CAD Japanese yen to continue to go higher, has been doing so. Prices continues to go higher. Maybe these are the chances if you guys are waiting for your chance to see what kind of movement could happen. Certainly, it has already appeared on the Canadian dollar Japanese yen for tonight. And definitely prices started to slow down a little bit. So take your chances, guys, because certainly the best chance for you guys to enter has passed like miles away because right now we are watching through the 15-minute charts and prices ultimately has broken off the resistance area since we are sharing you guys this idea on the market, guys. Yes, I know prices hasn't been moving up too much, 3 pips, but at the very least, there is some moves that you guys can make out of the night. Okay. But again, if you guys want to know what I am trading with you guys together, you guys could get those access where you guys are possibly waiting and missing out on hundreds of dollars in every single trade. And all you guys need to do is click the link on my profile, on my video descriptions, click the link, chat me that you guys wanted to get access on my premium trades, and you guys know what I will be trading together with you guys with a clear entry point, with a clear stop losses, and target price, no matter what kind of your trading style were. You guys are short-term trader, long-term trader, you guys are on for it as I have been preparing all those stuff for you guys as well. So if you guys want to miss that out, don't forget to click up on the link and chat me up and say that you guys wanted to get access on my premium trades. So hundreds of dollars on every single trade are waiting for you guys. Okay. But again, nothing much has happened yet on most of the other trading assets that we are able to watch and see with you guys. Okay. It is going to be a long night with this kind of market conditions. We'll see how the changes will be going. Whether prices could start breaking down below the support could be a major breakthrough for the rest of the live streaming session because that's what we have been watching so far. Prices hasn't been able to move far away from that. And if prices could be able slowing down, that could really give us a little bit of a change on the overall market situations, which we haven't been able to get. So, okay, prices has ultimately trade below the support area over the support, and we'll see whether prices will continue to go down lower with this kind of conditions, as there's a lot of chances for that to happen, but so far it hasn't happened yet, and there's more to see, there's more to watch. And if prices continue to go down lower, we'll be expecting to see that the gold market will be testing today's low at 3344 area, guys. And remains to be seen to see more market movements to come, guys. All right. Okay, so it seems right at the end of almost our live streaming sessions, we could be actually getting something out of the market, guys. Okay, so watch out. Maybe there will be something big happening right at the end of the live streaming sessions, guys. Okay. Okay, so we'll see. As prices will be trying to break the last few hours low that we are seeing since the start of the live streaming sessions, guys. But if there will not be any changes, it seems going to be a long night, but I'm expecting to see more downward pressures to come with this kind of movement. And maybe something will be happening also on the sale market side, but it still remains to be seen with this kind of conditions as prices hasn't been able to move too much as far as we are concerned. So that's why our focus will still be on the gold market itself. And if prices could start to move much better, there will be the chances for us to see prices will be testing today's low at the 3344 area for tonight, guys. Okay, we'll watch it closely, see what kind of changes could happen, and hope for the best that prices are showing the continuity that we are expecting coming for much earlier on our live streaming sessions, guys. Okay. Okay, let us check a little bit on the other side of the market. Maybe there will be something happening. All right, our market hasn't been able to break out, so that's why I've been telling you guys it's a little bit dangerous. We're not really seeing the continuity that we are expecting. See the Japanese yen continues to go higher, so where this is one kind of a move that we have been waiting out for. But again, I'm seeing that prices has been slowing down, guys. Okay, we'll see how that goes. But ultimately, our main view will still be on the gold market for tonight, and whether there will be any changes on the market, guys. But it seems that a positive candlestick isn't really showing much of a confidence that prices could continue to go down lower this kind of conditions. And it remains to be seen that will be this the change of the trend or where the prices could start to go lower on the market again. Okay, so positive sign still there, the bearishness is still existed. We'll see how that changes, guys. But again, seems that prices are starting to show some prices for the support to be existed right at 3346 again. So likely to be a long time with this kind of market movement I'm expecting. Several markets should be also rebounding right at the support with this kind of conditions. But again, still remains to be open and seeing how this kind of market movement grows, guys. Because there's always chances that prices could immediately shift downwards with a long, big pressure to go down lower. And again, we have already been telling you guys to do shorts right at here. Prices has been moving a long way. Stop losses right here. Everything is still going really well in the market. Okay, prices have started broke down the low since we started our live streaming sessions. That's a very positive sign. And with this kind of conditions, I'll be expecting to see right at the end of our live streaming sessions, we could be actually getting some results coming out on the market, guys. Okay, we'll see how that goes. And everything is still looking really well. Maybe we should be able to start seeing that the silver market has broke down the support, and it has been doing so. So after a long wait, prices has been showing us the signs, and it seems that prices will try to break down lower on the market, guys. But with this kind of conditions, I should be able to expect that silver market will be testing support at $38 first for now, because there's expectations for us to see that happening. And gold market is still showing that kind of tendency. Prices will be trying to go lower, even though the price movement hasn't been a lot. But at least it is showing a positive sign right at the end of our streaming sessions. But I believe with this kind of conditions, we should be able to see that in the next 30 minutes later on, I will be starting my live streaming session. So on my VIP side. So if you guys are interested to get more updates on that kind of market, where I'll be updating you guys price action, economy updates, economy events, you guys are welcome to join me on my VIP live sessions. And all you guys need to do, click the link on my profile, my video descriptions, and chat me through there and ask access for VIP live. And you guys could join me there. I'll be sharing with you guys more information on the market as well. And again, signs on the gold market is showing a very positive sign. Prices is showing the tendency to follow through with the trend that we have been able to watch and see. Prices has been followed with weaknesses, and so far prices has been able to move really well on the market too. So we'll see how that goes. And ultimately, prices are showing the signs that prices is slowly going down lower and lower too. So I believe our execution on the short trade stop losses right here has been very well. And if you guys are already in my premium trades, we are very close towards hitting our profit target as well. So congrats if you guys have been watching and joining my live streaming sessions. But ultimately, if you guys are already on my premium trades, I'm sure hundreds of dollars in profits are waiting for you guys in my trading ideas. And if you guys don't want to miss that out the next time, or on the current trading ideas, you guys are welcome to click the link on my profile and chat me say that you guys wanted to get access on my premium trades, and you guys could get it all for free. So don't waste your time, don't waste the opportunities. Next trading ideas will still be there, will be existed, but you guys will be missing on hundreds of dollars on gold trade, silver trade, oil trade, currency trade, stock indices trade, short term, long term, medium term. It's all there for you guys. So if you guys don't want to miss out on all of that, welcome for you guys to join me on my premium trades, guys. Okay. And certainly, we have already been sharing with you guys how I'm doing my analysis, showing you guys what kind of conditions really allows me to trade, and giving you guys a very clear idea on how you guys could execute your trades, what kind of strategies you guys could use to face these kind of market conditions, patience, waiting, and eventually showing you guys how I'm doing the trades as well. So overall, I hope this has been a pleasant night with you guys. We are sharing a lot of ideas with you guys, and hopefully you guys could learn something on tonight's market too. And definitely we have been seeing a lot of market movements. But again, from what we're able to see right now, until the end of our live streaming sessions, prices have started to show some signs of slowing down. And we'll see how that goes, because ultimately with this kind of move, I'll be expecting more of a ranging market movement as well. And we'll see how that will be going, because ultimately right now we are seeing a lot of good signs that prices are trying to rebound and test the support for tonight again. Unfortunately, that will be the case. So hope you guys have been taking your profits there. But if not, we'll try to see how things will change because I'll be expecting some of the change could be coming out later on tonight. And since my live streaming session is almost coming to an end, we'll be giving you guys an update on what I'll be expecting for tonight. So as we have been seeing that the gold prices have been ranging, ultimately I believe there's a lot of good chances that the prices on here will be ranging again for the rest of the night. But ultimately, when prices almost touch the support, there's a good chances that prices will be able to rebound. Hope you guys are watching carefully. But if prices are able to probe down lower than the lows for today, there could be a change of a trend. Prices could continue to go down lower, breaking down. And I'm also seeing the same thing also appearing on the silver market where prices is almost hitting the last few hours low at $38 and able to rebound similar with what we are seeing on the gold market. But again, ultimately prices has the chances to try to rebound going back higher and higher. So make sure that you guys pay attention and see how things will be changing on the silver market themselves. Moving on towards the oil market, we are actually seeing that the oil hasn't been able to move much. It has been ranging most of the time with weaknesses and ranging area, very tight ranges. So there's not much of a chance. But again, I'll be expecting to see much more market movement at later hours. And also on the currency side, CAD Japanese yen should still be able to move well, as we have been seeing that the Japanese yen is still weakening. We are expecting to see that this will be the most consistent and follow through in the market movement that we have been seeing so far, guys. But I believe that other market movements should be able to move in the kind of a sense that NZD Japanese yen should be able to move right now. AUD Japanese yen could be able to move some. But again, the best trend is still coming up from the CAD Japanese yen for tonight. Okay, so hope you guys are enjoying, and if you guys don't want to miss out on the next trading, the ideas that I've been sharing with you guys, profits are waiting for you guys, hundreds of dollars in every single trade. Definitely you guys don't want to miss them out. Oil trade, gold trade, silver trade, everything is waiting out for you guys there. So make sure that you guys don't miss out the next chance. And all you guys need to do, click the link on my profile and ask access for my premium trades, and hundreds of dollars are waiting for you guys. See you guys on my VIP live sessions. If not, see you guys tomorrow.